All right. First question gets answered soon as the clock starts. There it is. God damn, I never get that right. There we go. All right. Where would Rafael Lovato Jr. be in the UFC middleweight rankings right now if he fought for the UFC? I'd say top 5. Top 5, maybe even top 3. I don't think folks understand how good he is. He's good enough to either hurt you on the feet or defend himself on the feet, right, against, let's say, better strikers. And on the ground, who is better than him on the ground in the middleweight division? You could say Demian Maia, but Demian Maia couldn't take Lovato down, I don't think. I think he'd be too slick for it. And I don't think Lovato's hardly take. He's 35, but he hasn't taken hardly any damage. So you never know who could win, who could not, whatever. But easily top 5. Easily. All right, next. How impressed were you with Doron Wynn? Do you think middleweight, is his correct division? I was very impressed by him. That height differential and that adaptation by Eric Spicely was so great when he went for the clinch, because if someone's taller than you, those knees up the middle, not just through the clinch, but through other attacks, they're always going to be there. So for me, I was very impressed, but I do think that's going to be something he's going to have to work on through the entirety of his career, because that's always going to be a problem. So, but, fast hands, good boxing, stance switching, aggressive. Seemed like he was pretty powerful. Good wrestling, obviously, which you'd seen in this fight and many others. I was very impressed. The guy's a tank. Has some growing to do, but is a tank. Next. Past 6 editions of BKFC, how far do you think the promotion can go as far as popularity? Plus, after the fight between Paulie and Lobov, do you think it will attract more MMA fighters and or boxers to bare knuckle? It will attract more if they can get paid more, which remains to be seen. How far do you think the promotion can go as far as popularity? As far as they can drive rivalries and produce stars, which to me remains very unclear. I'm not saying not, but I would bet against most things. Like when you watch this fight, like to me, you can score it either way for me. If you want to score it for Paulie, fine. If you want to score it for Artem, fine. Artem did more damage, I think, pretty clearly. So yeah, score for Artem. But Paulie kind of outboxed him, but Artem kind of out-damaged and muscled him, especially in those later rounds, and then the end of that third. So it's like, how much did you really learn? Like, if it was a pure boxing event, seems like Paulie would have done pretty well, and in MMA, obviously, Artem would have smoked him. And you got something that was kind of in between, but it wasn't bad. It was just Paulie didn't throw him. I don't know. I don't know how much you really got out of it. It was fine. I was interested in it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not above it. But what did you learn? I don't know. Next. Thoughts on Chael Sonnen's comments about you? Yeah, you know what was so weird about that? First of all, you watched the video I made. To think that there's anything but compliments in there, is just funny. But here's the thing. Why would you make a video full of verifiable, demonstrable, either outright false statements or badly misleading ones that I can easily show to be that? Which, by the way, I intend to. Why would you do that? It's like, why make a video that is so easily disproven? You want me to tell the truth? Okay. Careful what you wish for. Next. Do you think Reebok will have an issue with Doron Wynn's Nike swoosh tattoo? Who cares? Next. Okay, what are some of the unique challenges in covering MMA as a journalist compared to other sports? And would you classify what you do as journalism or something else? I guess sometimes what I do is journalism. I don't think I do enough of it to really claim the title. There's like 3 journalists inside of all of MMA, just to be clear. A lot of people claim that title and then are nothing but sycophants to power. So no, I don't think I deserve the title, and I think most of my colleagues don't. Some do. What are some of the unique challenges? As you can see, if you don't have unrelentingly nice things to say about fighters, they'll make mean videos about you, which is their right, but sort of silly. Let's see. There's not a lot of money in it for most of the people in the space, and I don't think a lot of people are actually interested in real journalism. I think what they're interested in is entertainment journalism, which is not really journalism, but some kind of weird version of it. Which, by the way, if that pays the bills, there's nothing wrong with it exactly, other than when you claim, oh, like this is real journalism. No, it's not. Like, if people aren't threatening you on a daily basis, it's not actually journalism. Journalism is going after the most powerful people and holding them to account. Anything less than that is just entertainment. Next. Next. Time we have remaining. With Artem's win in BKFC, do MMA fighters fare well in bare-knuckle boxing more than actual boxers? It seems to be the case as of late. Dirty boxing, clinch work, and general toughness seem to help them out a lot. Thanks, lads. Yeah, I think they do. I think the boxers are just not used to some of those, the grittiness, the gloves. I absolutely think so. Like, I think it's much easier by the way, it's much easier for an MMA fighter to get into jiu-jitsu. It's easier easier for them to make these lateral moves into all of these composite sports. So yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the boxers are used to some of the degrees of finesse. And you saw some of that. Like when Paulie could keep distance and get the jab to the body and all that stuff, he was doing great. But like later on, he was tripping over himself a lot too. It was kind of weird.